Welcome, every soul. To those who feel different, who feel the weight of this world, yet know they're meant for more, you are home here. This message is for you, the ones who see past the surface, who are tired of the same patterns repeating, tired of a world that tries to trap you in its ways. Have you felt it? That sensation deep within you, an awareness that pulls you back from the noise, that tells you there's more than what the eyes can see. While others may be content chasing after fleeting things, something in you resists, whispers, "This is not for you." From the beginning, we're molded by a system that wants to define us. It teaches us how to speak, what to think, who to befriend, and who to turn away. It draws a line, a strict path that everyone is told to follow without question. But for chosen ones, that line has always felt foreign, like a suit that doesn't quite fit. And maybe you wondered why, wondered if something was wrong with you for feeling this way. But, beloved, it was God guiding you even then, setting you apart. Let's speak plainly about this world, the forces that shape it. Greed, one of the loudest voices here, drives people to take more than they need, to desire endlessly without satisfaction. Gossip, the quick judgments passed in whispers, is another force, pulling people into a cycle of judgment and bitterness. And we see envy, another poison, making people long for the lives of others, unable to see their own blessings. These are distractions, small fires the enemy uses to keep people entangled. But why does it feel so wrong to you? Because your spirit remembers something deeper. Even if you weren't always aware, your soul has always known that these things cannot satisfy. You knew, even in the chaos, that this was not your true home. And it's no wonder that Jesus himself, walking this earth, felt the same pull. He too saw the game being played, saw people scrambling for power, for wealth, for approval, caught in a world that was no longer their true home. Picture Jesus in his time. He moved among those bound by their systems, people who believed that to survive, they had to follow rules built by men. The Pharisees and the religious elite set standards that chained others, feeding their own egos while starving their spirits. They worshipped the letter of the law, but they missed the spirit. Yet Jesus stepped out of that, breaking the boundaries they placed. He walked as a light in a world that tried to dim him. And he was misunderstood, rejected even, by those who were too attached to the illusion. Think about this. Jesus did not fit into their lines, their rules. He didn't seek approval from the systems of his time, nor did he obey the invisible line society tried to enforce. He brought the kingdom of God into a world that clung to earthly desires. His truth, his way, was freedom, a way that chose love over control, sacrifice over greed, compassion over judgment. And like him, you too are called to live beyond this world's limitations, to rise above the boundaries it tries to set. The flow of a chosen one's life. Chosen ones walk a different path, and it is not always an easy one. You're not given the luxury of living on autopilot. God keeps you alert, awake, aware, always watching, sensing, feeling. And yes, there will be obstacles, but they serve a higher purpose. People may question you, doubt you, even reject you, but that rejection is not your burden to carry. You are made to rise beyond what others think, to live in the truth God planted in your heart. Family, friends, even those closest to you may not understand. They may try to pull you back, to get you to walk that line, to see things as they do. They may say, "Why do you need to be so different?" Can't you just go along with it? But your answer is already written within you. God's hand is upon you, and His purpose is not meant to be limited by human expectations. They may not see it now, but your journey is a testament, a light for them to follow when their own paths grow dark. Consider this story. When Jesus saw merchants in the temple, people who used a place of worship as a marketplace for profit, He could not stay silent. Others accepted it, perhaps even saw it as normal, but Jesus felt righteous anger, for He knew the sacredness of that space. In an act of defiance, He overturned the tables, driving out the merchants, proclaiming that His Father's house was a house of prayer, not a den of thieves. This was His stand against a world that had forgotten the meaning of true worship. Like Jesus, chosen ones feel called to stand apart from things that dishonor God, even when it disrupts others' comfort. Sometimes this stand may lead you to walk alone, to feel isolated. But remember, it is in these moments of solitude that God draws closest, reassuring you that you are not alone, that He sees and understands the path you walk. This path you walk is not one without trials, but those obstacles, they are not punishments, they are lessons, each one drawing you closer to God, refining you like gold in a fire. You may face setbacks, misunderstandings, even betrayals, yet each experience is woven into a greater purpose. People may doubt you, question you, or try to lure you back into the matrix. But you have tasted something real, something eternal. The world's temporary pleasures hold no power over a soul that has glimpsed the divine. And Satan? He will try to pull you back, to convince you that this world's way is easier, that you don't need to be so different. But every time you resist, every time you choose God's way over the world's, you grow stronger. You are reminded that Satan has no power over a heart that belongs to God. And God Himself stands with you in each test, each trial, molding you to be the person you were created to be. Now let us talk plainly about the forces that shape this world and the one who aims to pull you back. For this world, as we know it, is a matrix, a web carefully spun by Satan himself. His system may appear tempting. It may even look safe to those who never question it. But beneath the surface lies a deeper reality, one designed to keep souls chained to a cycle of chasing, doubting, and fearing. Few truly thrive here, and even those who seem to prosper are often enslaved in ways they do not realize. Bound by greed, trapped in a life that demands more and more of their spirit until it's worn thin. The enemy's greatest tool? Convincing people that this life is all there is, that success here is the highest prize, and that to question or to step out is foolish. And so he crafts a world where comfort and conformity seem like virtues, and anything that doesn't fit is labeled as a threat. But what happens when someone like you dares to step out of line? When you awaken to the truth, when you realize that there is more beyond this system, beyond these traps, something in you changes. You see things differently, and suddenly your life choices begin to challenge those around you. Ordinary people, those who have been lulled into a sleep by the comforts of this world, may see you as a problem. They resent the courage you have, the difference you embody, for it shines a light on the chains they are yet to see. When someone dares to break through, to question the unspoken rules, they are often met with resistance. Society has its defenses. It whispers to the masses, "This one is different. Watch them carefully. They may disrupt the order. And what does the world do with disruptors? It pressures them, mocks them, ostracizes them. Those who break free and reject the patterns of greed, gossip, or meaningless ambition are often labeled as strange or rebellious. And people, those living within the system, begin to question you. They may say, "Why can't you just go along with the rest of us? Why must you be so difficult?" They do not understand that you do not seek to be difficult. You seek to be true. This is where Satan's influence is strongest. He plays upon their comfort, their need for order, and he turns them against those who dare to see beyond the veil. These people, most of them unaware, become obstacles in your path. They may doubt you, criticize you, question every choice you make. They may see your independence, your faith, your wisdom as a threat to their security. And they will try to pull you back down, to keep you walking their line. To walk this path, to be chosen and aware, takes courage beyond what the world understands. For every step outside the lines, you must confront the voices that call you back, the doubts that creep in. There will be days when the comfort of blending in, of following the crowd, might even seem appealing. Satan knows this, and he tries to whisper, "See, it would be easier if you just went along. Why make your life harder?" But remember this: each time you resist, each time you choose God's way over the world's, you grow stronger. You are reminded that Satan has no true power over a heart that belongs to God. For every test, every trial, God stands with you, molding you to become the person you were created to be. The challenges are not meant to weaken you, but to refine you. God's hand does not tremble. He knows the strength He placed in you. Now, as you walk this path, know that not every battle is yours to fight. Even as you are free from the matrix, there are rules of society that are wise to follow. These are not rules meant to enslave you, but to bring order, to create harmony where there could be chaos. Respect these, for they are woven into the fabric of community, of shared life. There are certain customs, certain responsibilities that help us coexist with others, that allow us to live in peace without compromising who we are. You do not have to rebel against everything, nor must you lecture everyone you meet. Sometimes it's enough to simply know the truth. Awareness itself is a gift, a light that does not need constant explanation. You may see the system for what it is, yet it is not your task to awaken every soul or to resist every current. God calls you to be wise, to conserve your energy for the fights that matter. There is power in choosing when to speak and when to be silent. As Jesus said, "Do not cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them underfoot and turn to attack you." Matthew 7:6. Some truths are sacred, meant for those ready to receive them. There will be times when silence is the wisest choice, when your understanding is enough, without the need for confrontation. You do not have to exhaust yourself trying to make everyone see the world as you do. You are not responsible for every soul, every mind. God gives each of us a personal journey, and there are those He has not yet called to awaken. In this world, it is enough sometimes to carry your truth quietly, to let your life be a testament without words. There will be times when God will call you to speak, and in those moments, you will know. Your words will come with a power that cannot be ignored, but do not feel the need to force this at every turn. God Himself does not push but invites. He does not tire himself with constant demands, but waits patiently for each soul to come in their own time. And so, like God, let your awareness be steady, your spirit patient, knowing that your journey is guided. As you walk through this world, you are a light in the darkness, a guide for those who are lost. Do not be discouraged by the resistance you may face or the loneliness that may come. Know that God sees you, that your every step is known to Him. Satan may try to pull you back, may attempt to lure you with promises of ease, but he cannot touch a heart that is guarded by faith. This world is not your home, but while you are here, your light matters. Live as a beacon for those who search, as a reminder that there is more beyond the noise, beyond the greed, the gossip, the illusions that surround us. And know that one day you will see clearly, face to face with the one who's guided you through every step. Until then, walk with courage, pick your battles wisely, and remember that the greatest victory is not in fighting every fight, but in living faithfully with eyes set on the eternal. Amen.